In the midst of the Arabian deserts, there once was a king named Sultan Shahryar. He was a great king, ruling his kingdom with honor. He loved his wife so much. One day, the king went on a trip, and as they go back to, he's much excited to see his wife.
Let's go back to the castle. My beloved wife must be waiting to see me.
The king went back to the palace, only to find out.
I trusted you. I love you. I've been faithful. Am I not enough? And to witness such a sinful sin is too much. And therefore, you too shall die.
His wife was having an affair with a servant while he was away. And so, the king executed his wife and her servant out of anger. The grieving of the king to his unfaithful wife continued for a few months, until one day he called the Grand Minister for a special request.
What shall I do, my king?
Find me a woman I marry every night. Yet, those women shall be killed in the morning.
The whole kingdom feared the strict king. And as the request of the king got granted, every night the king gets married to a woman, and in the morning a woman gets executed. The cycle of the king's marriage and cruelty for each and every of his wife lasted for 1,000 nights, until suddenly the Grand Minister ran out of brides for the king to marry.
The king was full of rage, so he forced the Grand Minister to get more women he can marry. Scared, the Grand Minister only thought about his two daughters, Scheherazade and Dinarasad.
Decide, Grand Minister. It is either another woman or you that I will execute.
One day, Scheherazade talked to her father about her plan of marrying the king.
My daughter, are you sure about this? I don't want you to be in danger.
Father, I want to marry the king. I want to save my sister from the chance of being married by him. I want to save all the women who might experience what others have experienced. Father, let me do what I want to do to save our whole kingdom. And if I get killed with the king, it will be an honor that I try to save my fellow women.
Oh, please, Scheherazade. I am much concerned for you.
Don't worry, Father. I have a plan. I know this will work.
The Grand Minister couldn't disagree to his daughter, as his life was also involved in this. The next day, the Grand Minister offered the king her daughter.
Sultan, allow me to introduce my daughter, Scheherazade. She is beautiful and smart, and she will make sure that you will be happy.
Brace yourself. The wedding will be ready tonight.
Before their marriage, Scheherazade talked to her sister about their plan.
Dinarasad, every night you will be in the room with us. You must do everything to keep me telling famous story and to keep the king entertained.
Sister, I know you will put your talent to good use. Don't worry, I will make sure that your plan will work. I will be here for you up all night.
The marriage happened. Scheherazade brought her sister to the room with the king, requesting something.
My king, please allow me to be with my sister tonight in his room, as this will be my last time with her.
You may not her be here. Now, tell me, what you can do to keep me entertained.
Oh, my sister, can you please tell me my favorite stories before bedtime? I know this is your last night, and I wanted to hear it for the last time.
And so Scheherazade continued to tell her sister the most interesting stories. Every time she tells a story, she always stops in the middle and it will be continued for another night. The following night, she continues the story and starts another on the same night. The Scheherazade always reminds her up to tell stories whenever she fell asleep. The king got invested on these stories, with different stories of romance, thrillers, tragedy, fantasies, and even fables, myths, legends, and folktales. The king expected more stories and gets entertained. Moreover, the cycle continues. It happened for 1,001 nights. When Scheherazade finally finished her storytelling, the kingdom was finally healing. The madness of the king was slowly fading, and it was due to the charm and loving characteristics of Scheherazade and her entertaining famous stories that she shared with the king that it slowly healed the kingdom and the king's paranoia. Scheherazade had relieved the king of his pain and calmed the anger he felt against women. When the king finally cured his paranoia, he decided that he wanted to keep his queen.
I now announce that my queen Scheherazade won't be executed. She will be my last. I love her, and I decide that I will keep her for the rest of my life.